That's why I was like, oh, I don't like this.
Oh my god.
Hey, I'm doing your game plan for you.
Goodness.
Yeah.
That's,
Oh my god. That's cracked, dude.
I thought about just putting one Valakut in here just for the party.
For another one.
That'd be really fun.
Losing to like the Valakut trigger in garbage time.
Good.
No, it's just an action. That's what makes it not, I wouldn't say better than standard, but
Like, gain 1 energy from the hog.
Yeah, so you got
you don't have to cost one.
3 from the thing happening.
It's just, it has to have
4 total.
Oh, yeah. Sick.
Yep.
Yeah, we're off to a decent start here. I'm also at 18 because of the guys.
Oh, right.
This is 2, this is 3. Plus.
Use it again.
Discard or lose 2.
I'll lose 2.
Plus.
I'll lose 2.
Well, the incentive for me is to kill him.
Interesting. Saga?
I will ping off the shield by dealing.
Sorry, my bad. Equips.
What could you done before I could start putting stuff on the other guy?
2.
Alright,
Yeah.
let's do what you got.
I'll trade.
Okay.
Go to 18.
I gain 2.
Oh, whatever. I'll do it.
Guide of Souls and a...
Yep. King and then that.
Plus.
Lose 2.
Plus.
So what is it called?
Lose 2. Draw.
I see that. Alright, let's do. Oh, God.
It would lose.
No. Yes. It's exactly.
I will go to attacks.
Attempt to discharge. It's a X1, right?
Yeah.
Cast discharge.
Yeah.
I get 2 energy.
Yep. I'll gain 2.
Ping it.
Sack.
He hits for 4, and then if I were to collect any values, I pick one of them and I get. I'm gonna use my ability here.
There you go.
3 for a contributing blade.
Plus.
Lose 2.
5 resources.
Plus.
Lose 2.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna static prison.
Yeah.
Shuko.
Okay.
So it does its own.
Pass turn.
And step make constructs. I don't have constructs on me, so that is a construct.
Sure.
Go to mine?
Yep.
Draw. Take up. Cards in on.
2.
I guess we'll float. Resolve this.
Sure. What could it be?
Well, if I didn't draw both my Haywire Mites, it could have been a Haywire Mite.
It does seem unlikely at this point that it would be Haywire Might, although that would be very funny if it wasn't.
Land drop.
Sure.
Is your plan here to hit this off Amp Grabber and then copy it?
This is a list. This isn't even like a Jeremy thing.
Oh, really? I haven't seen it yet.
I mean, obviously, it is. I saw it and I fell in love. But
So the joke is copy Obnixilis and then get the city's blessing with Ocelot Pride.
Okay, so it's an Ocelot Pride. There's a lot of things to sack, but you can also, with the right amount of energy, you know,
Do a lot
Amp
of
Grabber, get it, sack it, make 2. That's pretty sick.
yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff happening with this
Yeah, and
thing.
you get to make copies of the copies.
Ocelot Spike this week. Crazy.
I am glad I bought mine.
I was gonna buy the last 2 here last week for $30 and I didn't.
I got 2 today from a card shop for 20 each.
Really?
They had them individually priced in the case.
And then you were like, hey, you didn't update there.
And I'm like, I'll take that, and I'll take that, and bye-bye.
I got never getting there, but no, I'm probably not gonna.
I'm gonna eat
Nadu.
my shit for the other 2. Sure.
If you need to borrow something, let me know.
Activate.
Response.
Yeah. I
I'm
have
gonna
1 Nadu trigger.
target Nadu.
2 Nadu triggers. Well, wait. Trigger.
Yep.
Hey, that can go into play. Probably tapped. Already played a land. And come into play tapped. Alright.
I'll pay for it.
Okay. Resolve my other Nadu trigger.
Yes.
One ring goes into my hand.
Okay.
Combat.
Two,
3.
three, because that's shoot. Okay.
Pass it.
I use 1 energy, 10 for white, play felon.
Yeah. That's sweet.
Pay 1.
For the yep.
There's this side
Plus.
I'll pass it.
And that's game because I get deal with those.
You see they're coming out with the Texas?
I didn't think that would actually like just work.
Plus.
Yeah, I mean,
Put what,
looks
3
sweet,
shields
but it's
on
just
it?
like that.
This is the one I gotta think.
Oh, it's very good.
I'll discard a land.
Is that going to be a fighter or set?
Yep.
It'll be standard.
And then take 2.
They have precedent for sure. They did a full art, no text, cryptic man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I thought we just report. Would it be standard? I broke it.
So I have artifact, creature, enchantment, land. I do have Delirium.
Well, I think. Well, to be fair, it also doesn't assume that you're going to get all those shields on it because, again, realistically, what the whole thing is, you had been able to either just increase it. It was just big enough that usually the actual play is I give you a soul land speeder, deal
Equip,
damage to
trigger.
it.
Sure.
That's right. That's what I'm supposed to do. Turn one.
Equip again.
You tried guys that were there. I mean, I could have spread them out, but then I was like, nah, I gotta aim for these guys. It doesn't look very great. I never got how many shields. This shield. And more shields. This is the way. I'm gonna be back.
One colorless on there.
I mean,
With the 1 green.
I feel like again this could be real strong. It's
I'll
just
make a
like-
land drop.
I think what I need to do is I need to just put a board of the ground so just a bunch of little guys like
Sure.
just easily kill themselves.
Just
Or one that he he comes in, you can deal like damage to something and then ready him or whatever. It's from this.
No cards in hand?
No.
A tower and then you can
I can't play around you having double actual Nadu in your hand.
No,
I mean, like,
damage to.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
units And then he readies, but you only
Probably die.
Mr. Bond.
Play an answer
I know there's one that can do that. That's
Trigger.
And it's
Sure.
an underworld card. And he's a 3/5.
Trigger.
So I was like, oh, it's a mono.
Get insects. Keep going. Trigger.
It's gonna be now.
Trigger.
He's the one that he has. He has
Get an insect.
or something like that.
Trigger. Whoa, crazy. Get an insect. Trigger.
But yeah, that's the card that's like, you could do that and just throw him like a real small trigger and just like do a bunch of trades and things like that. But I feel like you just need to like,
Another insect.
I had the Django and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, it doesn't make sense to ECL in here because it's got shield on it.
Now,
Just to do it.
Make it do it again before it.
I mean, again, this is why this is like really like just that much of a requirement. But I mean, it definitely means
because now we can just
like the only things that are questionable is do
Board
I
for 2.
Sure.
Get another Nantuko. What?
It's a pretty one.
Continue the chain.
Okay.
Trigger. Trigger.
That might be one of the other reasons that
Trigger. Trigger. Fetch.
I think that it's good, especially because again, for whatever reason, I guess Manda does it too.
Get a Dryad Arbiter. 2 triggers.
Yeah, it makes a big difference, especially because when you ambush something in, you can immediately give it the plus. So it's like things that will run your work. Yeah, I just played.
Trigger.
Trigger.
Okay, you got it.
Especially with the what is the little
Tommy, if you want, I'll go through all my tokens and just grab all the insects.
ambush and they come in and they hit for 5.
I have like a bunch of the infinite tokens that I can just use, but I keep forgetting to like grab a stack of them. But I would appreciate having insect tokens. I don't know how long I will need them for.
Yeah, I'm really surprised nothing's been banned out of this deck yet.
How'd you do it?
Nadu's already tanked in price because like
Yeah.
It's pretty tanked.
So then the question is like, if somehow
they don't ban it.
they don't ban it, does it just like immediately spike?
Yeah.
If it doesn't get banned by the beginning of RCQ season, it'll like by the time the first couple events have run, if they haven't done anything, it will start to spike again. You know, we might have an Eldrazi winter on our Nadu winter on our hands.
Nadu summer, baby. I got some fun stuff on the board.
I have these. I'm thinking about like they're really high right now. Like, should I sell them? But they're kind of sweet. Maybe Kieran Younger's it's like the gold black signature.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Good shield tokens too.
Cast trigger. I know you're probably getting it. Yeah, definitely. I'll get the try out and then.
People are like, but a creature here.
Now we're getting parlor spiking is fucking wild.
I need more of that card. I
think it makes sense.
No, it does. I just like I got 2 of the 4s for like $6 a piece. Right after I got done. I still gotta give yours back.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
But yeah,
Which is funny because I think when they were,
price of that card right now.
I heard someone post something that was like, oh, originally they were just doing it as like a good drop.
But the Boros decks are really good, right? It's gonna be used in Storm and
Like some of the bounties are like
honestly all the surveil
like
lands
that
are
market draw
kind of
4.
spiking, so
Pretty
it just seemed inevitable, right? It's like
right?
triumphs.
Collect it twice,
Yeah.
draw 4.
That deck looks fucking really fun, man.
Which one? Yeah,
Like,
it definitely is.
I feel like there's more that I'm supposed to be boarding in, but like everything seems right on the line, and I don't know where the line is.
Board out Nadu. You're not gonna be able to play it soon anyway.
I think the line is sticking to your main game plan as much as possible.
Yeah, but now my mid-range deck is now dedicated. I have 9 sideboard
really
cards
good point.
dedicated to making him
You're
not
playing a
win.
hyper interactive deck. So, yeah.
And I already have like a decent amount of interaction. If he didn't have exactly double Nadu in hand plus natural Shuko, like fine. I mean, you get me with those. Like it's fine. But like,
When they got it.
but like game 2, that might not even be good enough. Just like having a Shuko and 2 Nadus and lands.
It's not I guess it's technically a 2-card combo, right? It's just Nadu Shuko.
Yeah, Nadu, Shuko, and other cards in your deck should be on the battlefield.
It's just Nadu's ability is so inherently strong, and it gives you enough value to get to the combo state. I'm trying to why is this 2-card combo deck so much better than every other 2-card combo deck? It's just low to the ground.
It's because it gets
Nadu's
to
hard
do
interact
the...
with.
It can win on the stack.
It gets to do the Yawgmoth thing, but like also do...
Instead of drawing 10 cards, you win that turn no matter what.
You're also not paying life.
You're not drawing cards.
And that incidental I haven't comboed yet, but now I'm going to trigger, inadvertently. Also, the fact that, dude, when I realized that the targeting Nadu with the remove the spell triggers Nadu, it's like, God fucking damn it, man.
That's part of it. Like, it can do the Yawgmoth thing where like you can just play a mid-range game, but it's a mid-range game where your Yawgmoth costs 1 mana less, and like...
Nantuko is a much better card than anything else in Yawg.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, the other combo piece is tutorable with Versus Saga, right? Like, it...
Yep.
Very good. Yeah, we figured it out, guys. Right here, we figured out why Nadu is a good deck. maybe on stream people will figure it out. They'll be like, oh wow, they're going to discover right now that Nadu is a good deck.
I didn't realize you didn't know. I could have just told you way sooner.
The intricacies of the Lorcana deck you were showing me, like, I don't think I made the connections till you were posting about it in the group chat. What was that card specifically? The Great
Stone Dragon. Great Stone Dragon.
Great Stone Dragon, yeah. It's a really interesting, like, you're playing Tron and this is your mana ramp. Also.
It's like it's not your main ramp. It's like your supplemental ramp.
Well, but it's incidental ramp that also gives you card advantage.
Yeah.
Like, I see what you mean now by the card advantage, and it's not self-evident.
It's very non-obvious.
Yeah. Well, I don't think equating it to drawing cards is right. I think it's just card advantage, which is the same thing, right?
I call it virtual card advantage.
Okay.
I'm not like super excited about this, but I think I might be. Yeah, I'll try it out. I should not have used
6
those.
Nadus in hand. Don't believe him.
I'll keep it on top.
I should have been more careful with those tokens. I just like have dry erase on all my sleeves now, and this is like...
Do you want me to grab you a bunch of just forests?
Nah, it's fine. I mean, sure, but like it's
like
fine.
it'll look, at least it'll be less confusing.
It's like Frodo. I heard the first time someone swung at me after I cast the ring. I was like,
Go.
Touch on stuff.
I'll go this way. I should be able to. I mean, that's the condition of it.
Yeah, I guess if go ahead. Yeah, we got like Ragavan.
Should be able to do this. You don't see anything? This is a smaller bucket that's made of metal. I ordered literally one just to see like, what it would feel like. If you were looking at if you can't see it,
Is this that new my turn here?
yes.
I'll get my sleeve.
You're at 5.
Surveil trigger.
Sure.
Peek of it.
Yeah, it'll be a 4.
Hey, Peace, is code yet? Did you put it on stream?
It's gone. It's gone.
If somebody wants the
all
code,
open codes, they get to be like, hey, if anyone on stream wants to.
if someone wants it, that's so fine.
I have a stack of them. I should do that.
Man, this feels very much like there's going to be a Felia coming at me. Saga? Sure.
Just absolutely insane.
There's like no other way.
I'm gonna cast Disruptor Flute.
Oh, disruptive. Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna name Shuko.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Play Horseman.
Sure.
Pass.
And stuff. A4.
Okay.
Go to mine?
Yep.
Draw. Take out. And it's the additional cost is just for casting things. When it's naming something in play, it's just a pivot needle, right?
Yeah, it's just needle in play.
Oh, it doesn't just say, it's not like a meddling mage? It's,
No.
It's, what, two extra mana?
I think meddling mage is bad game design, and this is good game design, in my opinion. Because, like,
Meddling Mage is good game design when there's more than one bolt in the format. Then you get to play the game.
You can even play that card as some of my favorite parts of the Bant decks.
keep on.
Okay.
Sorry, the other Bant decks.
Those are real Bant decks. These are green splash. Let me read it. It's artifact creature or land. I'll make a construct in response.
Sure.
Constructs. Resolves.
Is it a 2/2?
Yes, currently it is a 2/2.
Pester.
That's so crazy. You pay it
Word
the
just
correct
drop the
amount.
spell on the table. It's really changing the energy. That's great. You didn't even say a word. He just like fucking construct. Interesting. I realized I was watching Mega Stream for a while ago, and I was like, man, I accidentally talk super aggressively to my opponents sometimes when I'm stressed out. I'm like,
Do like the needle on air
Oh
and
yeah,
base. That was so
this is ticked off.
That was the funniest thing. I wasn't even mad. I was just like, bro.
I'm so dumb, dude. I'm just like, what? I'm like, oh wait, no, obviously.
Like your brain just like short fused from like malfunctioning.
I'll float.
Sure.
Resolve this. And
I was like, listen, Jeremy, this is not MTGO. All right, you're not getting me on this bullshit.
Well, the thing is when you
And I say it resolves, yeah.
well, you know, it's like an old thing where if you were asking me to name something that implies it resolved, it's inadvertently telling me it resolved.
Yeah,
you asked me for the
I
name.
just inadvertently I was just like, oh, naming it, and I didn't even. I was like, wait. You're like, well, if you're making
Get her haywire,
naming your
I'm
vegetable.
like, I'm just gonna stone her.
If it was a tournament, that would have it would have.
go to bestow.
Sure.
Land.
Oh,
Sorry. Do you want to
yeah.
bestow on the stack?
Sorry, I didn't realize you only had Hollow Fountain.
Yeah.
50 people on the stack, Jeremy. It doesn't resolve.
I didn't ask you any
No,
questions.
I could like float some green mana and play, but then I miss out on landfall triggers, so like.
I think it's better to high roll.
Step up. Nope. You did it one extra.
Oh, did I do one too many times?
Were you at?
I
Were
went
you at 15?
fetch, fetch. So
Fetch shot. That should be size, yeah. Because I was pretty sure you had already hit it for the fetch, but I wasn't sure, and then you hit it 3 times.
So I didn't bring it. Now there's 2.
Yeah.
Where's Mardu?
So I'll gain 2.
Crazy how like after all the
I know. I've been wanting to build an X since before the set even came out. I saw Spike playtesting with it. And I'm like, I'm building this thing. It's fun. I've been playing it online. It's not fun. I had $90 in store credit energy, and I just looked at the 2 Ocelot
I lose
cards
3
I needed, and I was like, I'm gonna wait till they get Flage in stock so I can buy them all.
Like, because Tim's borrowing a bunch of my cards.
That was me.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, it's not even. So last week I was like, Tim was borrowing a bunch of my cards, and I texted him and I was like, hey, do you want to work something out? Like, buy these Ocelot prides? And we just never, like, made it work. But I should have just bought them. I pulled 2, and now I'm like, well, fuck it. Because I just wanted to build that
Oh, dude, there's so many cool decks.
but I'm like, dude,
I want to do like a black-white Chthonian Nightmare with it. Like,
sure.
I got
Is it bestowed or not?
That's what I'm figuring out.
RCQ feature, like, whatever.
I don't think it really matters at this point.
It's just like out of
Still on Harshman, though?
Yeah, like because I'm a crackhead. Like, I can chill for a minute. I don't need them.
That's, I think I want more of a
Dylan, how do you feel about this? One on my side, one on his side.
For what?
I gave him an antiquary.
Just you giving him an answer.
If he wants to point a removal spell at it, he's got to kill his guy.
It's true.
Wow, that's an interesting functionality there.
Yes, it is.
Can you make copies of my card? Not that I don't think you'd ever want to, but
Do you have enough cards in the yard for Fledge?
oh yeah.
Okay. That's what I need to know.
It's like 10, maybe 11 actually. And I'm like, okay. Alright, kill me.
Go ahead.
I was playing on like very much.
I don't think it matters.
Probably not. Do you think I have Tarmogoyf?
I'm talking for my deck. I have some like rando cards that for filler. Target you.
Okay.
Pass.
Touch and stop.
Trigger. That was 3.
Get an insect.
This should be a 4-round night.
Surveil trigger.
I was watching Guy stream match in the first
Yeah, he's on top. Sure.
I won the game, but I realized when I played it using, so I ulted a Ral, stormed off, played another Ral, and I started counting from 1. I was like, oh, it's so bad. It's so cringe, but like I want to start trying to like last week I had 3 matches on stream. Like I need to start watching these. It's such a valuable resource.
Yeah, not you.
So dude, I don't know about you, I'm not one of these people who can like third turn. This happened. Like
I can remember like remarkable moments, like
combat.
yeah. Or something, you know what I mean? Like
Trigger, target you.
Sure.
perfect pinnacle moments in match.
Yeah, right. But like I can't flow with the
match. Like I can't mentally go back to the match in my head and like pick out what I could have done differently. Like 30 seconds after the match, I'm like, oh, that was wild. Like,
I can do it only for like one situation, or like one marquee moment. Like I don't have the memory or the whole game, and also just a lot of stuff like you don't even realize
Protection.
like you did something wrong. Like I was watching some of my games before, like I just like didn't draw a card when I should have, or like something stupid like that.
But I probably went back and watched those matches and be like, oh wow, I missed like 7 triggers.
It's definitely nice to go watch it.
But to your point, like those like market
Yeah, I think we gotta start going for it.
I guess that goes
So
for
I will sack,
I'll never forget.
target the insect. So resolve the auto trigger, leaving the shroud trigger on the stack.
Yeah.
I remember good moments where I like make my opponent mega stealthy. I remember I made a guy leave a tournament once after like a 40-minute.
I'm not gonna lie to you, you are going to fizzle 1000% if that comes in untapped.
Because
Not being able to get Dryad Arbor.
I'm gonna shop.
didn't agree with,
Okay.
so I made him call his judge
Deal.
friend who I didn't agree
And
with.
then I'll sack
And then
this to
I
the
made him check
insects.
it.
Sure.
Judge
Check
chat
another.
as like a third source because I was right the whole time.
Hey, where am I?
Exactly.
Sure.
It was. I don't even remember the name of the card. It was the second time they went to Innistrad. It was like a
Okay, so that's where it was
That's whenever
Should
you
go this one?
target the spell,
Sure.
Trigger.
whenever you target it,
Trigger.
make a 2/2. And so I have.
I got an insect. I missed the first one, but I'll take that one.
So I go deal 2 to that guy, and then target me to discard a card because I have the badness.
Trigger.
So then that resolves, and I build
Trigger.
the thing that was created by the Cosmos command.
Trigger.
So then,
Trigger.
or sorry, Colligan's command. So I target this guy.
Trigger.
It makes a token. We have a question.
Trigger.
What's up? You have a parchment?
I have ring protection.
Oh, you're right.
So they are going on the stack. That is true.
Playing at 2.
The card stuff.
Trigger.
I mean, dude, the ring.
How are you playing into?
Tapping the lands that I got. I got these off of
I
Naughty.
target his guy with Colligan's command,
Paying
which makes a
2.
token.
Okay.
And then I kill it with the
Trigger.
discardable after. And he's like,
Bunch of
well,
insects.
I just don't remember you getting the Yabamaya. I must have
another
missed it.
wolf.
It came in off one of the Naughty triggers. I got the
I gathered that.
Colligan's
Tommy.
command resolves.
I think it was
and
off,
dies,
like,
and then I bolt the guy.
one of the last ones.
Sure.
And he's like, oh no, but on the
Came it off.
command,
No,
the two
no
damage
fucking
happens
shit.
first,
Yeah.
Came off the knot.
You know what I
and it
mean.
makes it and then it goes to the discard, and so or like the discard happens first, so you have to target
through.
before you get to the 2 damage. That was one.
Trigger.
And I was like, no, you have to resolve the entire card and then state-based action, and then I choose target.
Because that seems like
Yeah, well, because what he kept telling everyone is like, well, but it's because the command resolves top to bottom, which it does technically.
yeah, but the effects aren't on the
Trigger.
I know.
Yeah, I'm not explaining.
No, I know. So, but like
that
that
legend
was what
rules.
they kept saying. It's like, no, but see, the commands resolve one at a time. So it discards, and then you have to choose bad.
Triggers.
No.
More
These are all
triggers.
happening at once.
Second one.
Like, wow, the go.
Yeah. So the guy.
Wait, did you get Nadu triggers off the one that had Shroud? Because you had to have cast the Haywire Might, meaning that those creatures had Shroud. Did you get triggers off of them after?
The only one that had Shroud was the insect that I was starting with. So I did the first one, resolve the Nadu trigger, keep this on the stack, do it again with the Shroud on the stack to get a second flip.
See, I understood that play. So
Yeah.
you only.
And then I played the Haywire Might.
What was the second land you said?
Command resolve.
What's that?
What was the second land that you
Should I rip
sacrificed?
my card in half?
It was like the hedge maze or something.
That same judge made him.
So like sack before I sacked the hedge maze. So then I had the 2 triggers, and then I got the extra land to play the might, activate the might, and then from there I shoot going.
Legendary state-based action. You have to do which is like when Mox Opal was in the meta, everyone knew that. Because like that was like a rookie mistake. That's the first way to win it.
So
And then he's like, no, you get to tap for mana. And
are you okay if I shortcut here?
How are you shortcutting?
So I have enough stuff left that I can get more triggers than what's left in my deck. And then I'm gonna get an endurance, float whatever mana I have
Isn't
left.
the endurance in the graveyard?
I don't believe so. Oh no, I think it's in my hand.
You were. Did you reveal it at some point?
But yeah, I mean, there's complicated.
No, oh, there it is, yeah. So, flip my deck, float a bunch of mana, endurance, flip everything back in after sacking all the lands to Safekeeper, continue Nadoing, use one of the remaining Nanzukos to make endurance copies, so I can flip through my deck, make the blue mana that I need to then play the Frost's Oracle with an empty library.
Sure, the Odawara can get sacked from Safekeeper.
Yeah.
Trying to think if there's any. You being at 3 matters for this play.
It shouldn't because I have the Odawara to make a blue without taking damage each way through.
I was like, oh, I didn't see my board was at one table. Can you put it back up?
It also like it makes the loop longer, but I can also just like
I sat there.
replay
and then he waited for us to finish. And as soon
What's
as
his
we
name?
finished, like you guys were
The
saying,
Haywire Mites to like get extra life off that.
Sure.
I would like. I feel like we're throwing hands. I'll see you outside.
I'm like, you told me to sit here.
These are my
and
draws.
you did sit there.
I was drawing hot at the beginning though.
My like last 3 draw steps were chords.
Yeah, I mean it's not like you really needed them.
He was
My bad.
From oh no, we were just giving you shit. From last week. I said it'd be funny.
So if you did have something like that, then the play there is to use the loop. Once you're looping your deck with infinite mana, you like stack Nadu triggers, flip the Seiju and the Waterlog Grove into your deck after like doing the loop, and then also stacking Nadu triggers, stacking Waterlog Grove draws.
Yeah.
So then you can draw lands instead of flipping them into play.
Yeah.
And then you just Seiju everything. You just Seiju everything, Otawara everything on your side of the board, and then make like 40 insects off Mantuko and then pass.
But it's still funny.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Also, the issue with that is that if you were to do that to me, I would say play it out. Because it's non-deterministic, it is not a loop, and you just time out. Or come,
So that
come very
part of
close
it, so it's weird. Basically, that loop, if you do that loop wrong, it's non-deterministic. But if you know to float like multiple Waterlog Grove draws, then you can loop it, because if you're drawing as many cards as you put back into your library, then the order doesn't matter.
You can't say, I'm doing this loop, and I promise you I have the skills to do it. You just can't say that as a shortcut.
You can shortcut that you're drawing your deck every time you loop it. Because you just have to be able to...
You can't, because it matters when the triggers go on the stack.
Oh god, this kicked me out again. Why is this not working? There's like... I'm tired, so I forget the distinction. Because I know there's a way to do it wrong, where like...
I'm just saying, I don't think it's the kind of loop that you can declare. It just isn't. There's nothing to declare.
Once your deck is empty, then you can say, my loop is that I'm going to perform this loop, making infinite green mana, right? And then you can shortcut that each time you do it, you're gonna put a draw trigger from the Waterlog Grove on the stack, flip your deck back in.
How is that a shortcut? Why do you have to do it?
Well, so you can say, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this 10 times.
But I don't think like in the game's rules you can shortcut it, because you're targeting new objects. You can't shortcut for objects that aren't already in the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna target an object that will exist. That's not a shortcut.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
That's the if the targets were things that are already on the board, you could say I'm gonna target this 1,000 times.
Yeah.
But you can't say I'm going to target an insect that I'm going to get in a non-deterministic amount of triggers.
With that, you might be able to if
you would have to first stack your deck perfectly, and then you might be able to loop. But even then, that would take a long time to set up.
well, because I mean, I'm sure there's like a specific way you have to say it, but I'm pretty sure you can say, assuming you have no interaction, I'm going to make an insect on each of these loops.
But you can't prove that.
You can prove that you're going to get a land drop and that it's going to trigger the Nantuko.
But the object that you're triggering it doesn't exist yet.
Yeah, but that's like, but that's like saying that you can't do the Splinter Twin loop
You're
because
targeting the same thing.
yeah, but the object that you're making to then trigger it doesn't exist yet. Or like loops like
But
that.
there's only one thing happening. It's like tap this, its target will copy this. Like the target of the thing entering from this will copy this.
Okay.
But like, it's not like there's a separate trigger revealing cards from my library with Splinter Twin, and if the top card of my library, the Splinter Twin, is a land, I untap it and another effect happens. I gain a life. So you say, well, I'm going to gain infinite life. That's not true because you have to mill your whole library. You have to do another game action and then put it back, and then there's a non-deterministic number of triggers. Like, that's the wrong verbiage, but
Yeah.
you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's not the same as Splinter Twin because the game object does not exist.
I'm trying to think.
It's like the Four Horsemen problem.
So it's. So you run in the Four Horsemen problem if you're like, I'm gonna flip multiple lands back into my deck and then do one draw, and then I'm gonna do this until I draw the Beseiju X number of times, because you don't have a way to guarantee that you'll draw the Beseiju that many times. But if I say I'm gonna do this loop, it results in me drawing 2 cards, and I'm putting 2 cards back in my library that are revealed, then you can say I'm always going to draw these 2 cards on every turn.
It also, like, Nantuko also triggers every single time with an option. And the option only triggers when it's a land. So, like, there are also other triggers happening that only happen for you to say yes or no to, depending on the result of you targeting a game object that doesn't exist. Like, too many things are happening in the future to call it a loop. Obviously, in locals is fine. Who cares?
Well, once you draw all the non-lands and your graveyard is only lands, then you can say, because they're like the cards that are going in are known, you can say that every card off the top is going to be a land.
No, so +1/+1.
So it's always going to trigger.
For 2, I can get rid of it, and then with the +4.
Yeah, like I said before, if you once you stack your library, but you have to stack your library first.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, you can't shortcut anything to get to that. In the process of Odawaring everything, you have to manually.
No. Yeah, no, but oh no, I'm saying like the Beseijuing and Odawaring and stuff. That happens after you've already stacked your deck.
But I'm saying, like, you can't shortcut anything up to that point.
No, you have to get to an empty deck.
To actually legally shortcut in a game.
Yeah.
So
well,
like,
to legally shortcut, as long as we both agree on it, we can shortcut whatever.
Well, I'm saying you can shortcut something where your opponent can't decline it. Like the Splinter Twin, your opponent can't decline a shortcut.
Right.
Like, it's against the rules because it's an established shortcut.
So
within the
you
rules.
you can choose to decline shortcutting while I'm like getting through my deck, but once the deck is empty and then you're like doing the same loop over and over, then you're just repeating a loop.
No, you can't even do that because endurance makes it random. So
that's why there's a difference between that's why there's a difference when you're drawing the same number of cards that you're putting back or if you're drawing less. Because if you do it where you're drawing less and you're like